Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, September 9th. I'm Gina Barty.
And I'm Patricia Malone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Well, it's an exciting time for the town of Largo. Construction near the metro station, which includes new high-rises and commercial development, will notably change the landscape of the area in years to come. CTV's Sonia Srivastava has more.
It's an exciting time.
The sound of cranes and dump trucks are music to Councilmember Derek Davis's ears. Davis, who represents District 6, says the redevelopment of Largo Town Center has been one of his top priorities since the day he got elected.
I went to Clarendon, and I saw Clarendon Station, and I was just amazed at how much development had transpired. Later on that evening, I came back and I did an interview with a news reporter in Largo Town Center's parking lot, and I said, we have to work on this.
In the coming years, Davis hopes Largo will become an urban walkable community that will attract millennials and baby boomers because of its central prime location.
They will have the opportunity to shop, eat, play, pray right where they live.
In the next 2 years, this part of Largo will see an additional 2,000 units of housing, including 350 new units here at the Tapestry, located at the corner of Lotsford Road and Arena Drive. And with hundreds of employees coming with the new regional medical center, it's easy to understand why so many people, including Davis, see this as a unique opportunity.
It's the new downtown Prince George's County. You have restaurants, you have places to eat, you have places to work, you have a regional medical center that's serving as the heartbeat of Prince George's County. You have a newly redeveloped place to shop.
With all this happening pretty rapidly, many residents have expressed concerns about traffic and congestion.
This will be more of an urban planned road condition. Think of it like a grid. And so there will be new streets, new ways of accessing and egressing.
Along with traffic, plans are also in the works to revive the distressed Capitol Boulevard. Residents can expect to see more eateries and shops. We also asked Davis if he thinks county government should move to Largo, which has been proposed by County Executive Rashawn Baker.
My personal thoughts are it makes sense. From the perspective of government and accessing your government, this Prince George's County centralized geography sits right here at Largo.
In Largo, Sonia Srivastava for CTV News.
And Davis adds that there is a Largo Town Center Development Board that works to give recommendations on land use.
Meantime, the Prince George's County Council returns to work this week for the second half of the 2015 legislative session. Today, members reconvene for the first weekly hearing since their summer recess. One item not on the agenda, a bill that would require local employers to offer up to 7 days a year of paid sick leave. According to the Washington Post, Chair Mel Franklin is behind the delay. Franklin tells the Post he thinks the council needs more time to better discuss the approach. The social justice group Progressive Maryland is urging lawmakers to take up the bill and not wait for the state action.
I think we feel confident that once the bill is presented and there's been a chance for discussion, that lawmakers are going to want to act, because that's what we've seen in other places, in other areas around the state, and certainly around the country. The momentum for this issue just continues to grow tremendously.
I sat down with one of the presidents of the chamber just last week, spoke to him about it, and of course they've raised issues that they have, and we're going to always talk to them in good faith. But we think what's best for working people is also best for businesses in the long run. Study after study.
Officials say the legislation co-sponsored by council members Denny Taveras, Mary Lehman, and Karen Tolles is expected to be on the next week's agenda.
Local lawmakers are vowing to try and stop the impending closure of Laurel Regional Hospital. Layoff notices have already gone out to nearly 40 employees as part of the first wave of a plan to change the full-service facility to an ambulatory care center. Now, during a press conference Tuesday, Prince George's District 1 Representative Mary Lehman says a presentation before the council is not scheduled until next week. Lehman says she's been asking for a meeting with the county executive to no avail.
He hasn't been responsive. I'll just say it flat out. He hasn't come here. He was supposed to have a call with the mayor some weeks ago. He never did, call him. And I'll say it because Craig won't. Craig was on standby. The county executive never picked up the phone. And as we're sitting here today, Mr. Baker is in China on a trade trip of some kind. So he's busy trying to find business over in China. He's not taking care of business here at home. And I'm going to let him know when I see him that I don't appreciate it.
Lehman says she'd like to move up the presentation on the hospital plan, but adds she is unclear what power the council has, if any, to stop the closure. Baker returns from the trade mission in China on September 12th.
In other news, Prince George's police are investigating 2 separate homicides in the county. One incident occurred near the intersection of Annapolis Road and Copper Lane in Landover Hills. It happened just after 5 this morning. Police were called to the area on a report of an assault. A man was found on the ground with trauma to the body. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The killing happened yards from a police substation. Residents say it's a little unnerving.
It is kind of shaky to find out that it was right here in front of your home and all that, but other than that, you all right.
The other homicide happened at around 12:30 this morning in the 6800 block of Jade Court in Capitol Heights.
Found 3 victims, 1 adult female and 2 adult males. One of the adult males was pronounced dead at the scene. The other 2 victims were taken to the hospital in critical condition.
All 3 victims in that incident were shot. Police have identified that the dead man as 25-year-old George Salas of Capitol Heights. If you have any information about these incidents, call Crime Solvers at 1-866-TIPS.
A Baltimore spending panel unanimously approves a major settlement in the Freddie Gray case. Now family members of the victim who died while in police custody in April will reportedly receive $6.4 million. City Solicitor George Nelson says the agreement will help bring some closure for the family and the community at large. The settlement does not dissolve the criminal lawsuit against the 6 officers involved in that incident.
Baltimore area hospitals want to hire 1,000 entry-level workers. The gesture is in response to frustration following the unrest in April. Ronald Peterson, president of Johns Hopkins Hospital, says the goal is to offer a meaningful number of jobs. The health system would include job training so those without diplomas, work history, or with a criminal record could escape poverty through work. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Gina Barty.
And I'm Patricia Valone.